Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Law Students Union and the organizing committee, I warmly welcome you all to this special familiarization program graciously facilitated by the Bar Association Sri Lanka. Thank you for participating in the Halstorf Visit 2025. Your presence made it a meaningful and enriching experience. The visit served as a valuable opportunity to observe the court's day-to-day functions and helped set the stage perfectly for this familiarization program. We are truly honored to welcome our distinguished guest, the President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Rajiv Amarasuriya, Attorney at Law, Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri, Senior Professor in Management, Postgraduate Institute of Management, Dr. Malraj B. Kirialla, Chairperson, Law Students Skill Development Committee. Thank you for your valuable time and support towards legal education and student development. To officially commence today's program, I now have the honor of inviting Mr. Rajiv Amarasuriya, President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, to address the gathering. Sir, the stage is yours.
Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri, a very senior professor from the Postgraduate Institute of Management of the University of Sri Jagadhanpura, a name which is known across the length and breadth of Sri Lanka as a management guru, a management expert, and also as someone who has trained, I'm sure, thousands of managers, senior managers, directors, chief executive officers, and chairman of varying corporate sector and government sector institutions. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and agreeing to deliver an important lecture, presentation on motivation, which is, of course, invaluable to all professionals, and especially the young budding lawyers we have in this hall. I must also thank Dr. Malraj Kirialla and the new Bar Association Standing Committee for the Professional Skills Development for Law Students, which has launched a variety of different programs in the last 2 to 3 months. This is one such program to coincide with the court visit all of you have gone to and gone and seen the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal earlier this morning. I don't want to spend too much time because we have our speaker waiting to address you, but I just want to take a few moments to introduce you to the Bar Association. I'm told you all are in the first year law students. So the Bar Association is the institution, the association, which came into being in 1974, amalgamating the Bar Council at the time and the Law Society. If you recall, and maybe you would have learned in legal method, I would think, that before 1974, our profession was divided into 2 groups. That is, advocates, who as counsel would argue their case in court, and proctors, who would be registered attorneys and do notarial work and so on. So there were 2 sets of professionals within our legal system. And in 1974, they were fused and all became known as attorneys at law. Nevertheless, even today, we have those specializing on one or the two, but we have also those doing both. And with the fusion in 1974, the two relevant professional bodies, the Bar Council and the Law Society, came together. And in November 1974, the constitution was drafted of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, which now today is 50 years in existence. The Bar Association is the representative body of all attorneys at law in Sri Lanka. We, as much as we represent the rights, the interests, and well-being of our membership, we also have objects beyond the individual motivations of lawyers and to do with the rule of law in the country, ensuring that we will have always an independent judiciary, and of course, the furtherance and protection of human rights. It is an institution which has been, if you go back in history, at almost all important historic moments in this country, the Bar Association has been there, raising the right questions, raising the right issues, and fighting for the right and just cause. And I don't want to mention not the involvement, but I mean the individual points of involvement, but if you go back in history, you will see that whenever there is a crisis, whenever there is an issue, whenever there is a need for change, the Bar Association has been there in a very, very strong way. So this is the association. All of you will join once you are admitted to the Supreme Court. The Bar Association will look after you once you become a member and join the profession. But this year we have decided that that is too late in the day. We need to reach out to law students as soon as we can and give them whatever opportunity, facility, guidance, mentoring we practically can, to support you in your process and be ready to run when you are admitted and enrolled by the Supreme Court. So this committee this year was initiated and constituted for that specific purpose. That is to provide all of you an opportunity to come here, to provide opportunities of learning. We have had several programs so far. This is one of those such programs to give you that support. I have extended an invitation, an open invitation, both to the Law College, the Law Faculty of the University of Colombo and the other faculties, and also private universities doing law, to say, we are ready and willing to help and support you. Please reach out and take that support. That is because we feel that it's pointless complaining later that it's not good, the training is not good, the quality is not good. Let us do whatever we can to uplift the standards. But you must appreciate and understand that unlike 30, 40 years ago, the numbers of all of you students is much, much larger. Today in the morning, as president of the Bar Association, I delivered a welcome address to his lordship, the new president of the Court of Appeal, and also to the other judges of the Court of Appeal, the two other judges. And yesterday I presented the welcome address for the Chief Justice. Now, at all of those events, we speak and we have spoken about the need to uplift our system. So we have to go right to the beginning, and this is what we are today seeking to do. Let me tell you in no uncertain terms, the doors of the Bar Association are now open to all of you. We have regular programs. your student president and office bearers are here. We share with them our details. Even if it's a members event, if we have space, and we often sometimes have space, we have upstairs the balcony, please come across and join. Because we want to provide whatever opportunity we can for the development, professional development of all of you. And also, if there's any issue, please feel free to come across, come and meet us. Always there is somebody here, and we will assist you the best we can. I don't want to take any longer. I must once again thank our committee very much for organizing this, and we look forward to address by Dr. Dharmasiri, which will, of course, be motivational and thought-provoking. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And also, I would like to take a minute to welcome the Secretary of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Chatra Galhena, sir, for this program. Next, I warmly invite Dr. Malraj B. Kiriella, Chairperson of the Law Student Skill Development Committee, to introduce our esteemed speaker for today.
President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Rajiv Amarasuriya. Our guest speaker today, Senior Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri, Secretary of the BASL, Mr. Chatra Galhena, and dear students. So it's a great privilege to facilitate your program today with the court visits, and I think that you had a very fruitful day with your visits to the courts as well as the legal institutions. So our committee has organized, as the president said, so this is a new committee that has organized a series of knowledge sharing and skill development workshops to enhance your skills. So you already attended a one on the research, and on the 6th August, we will host a session on personal grooming and personality development by renowned experts, Mrs. Nayana Karunaratna and Mr. Fawzul Hamid. Then on the 25th of August, we will conduct a workshop on public speaking, led by none other than Mr. Dhananjay Hettiarachchi, a globally acclaimed, award-winning speaker. So if you have not registered, please register, and you can participate. I think for the 6th one already full, but 25th one you can do the registrations. So as always, we aim to bring in top tier professionals to ensure you gain real value and inspiration through every session. So in that same spirit, it's a true privilege to welcome someone whose reputation precedes him, yet whose presence and contributions are always worth celebrating. Senior Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri is a rare and remarkable figure, a academic in every sense of the word, blending deep academic insight with real-world business impact. He's a chartered manager, a chartered HR professional, and a chartered electrical engineer. Very rare combination, bringing together expertise from engineering to leadership and human resources to strategic transformation. He holds the distinction of being the first homegrown senior professor in management of the Postgraduate Institute of Management, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. He also served as the Institute's director and chairman of its board of management, guiding it through key milestones. His leadership journey is marked by many firsts. He became the first Sri Lankan to lead both the Chartered Management Institute, Sri Lanka chapter, and the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. Professor Dharmasiri's reach is global. As an adjunct professor at the Price College of Business, University of Oklahoma, and through fellowships and Fulbright, postdoctoral fellowships, the Commonwealth Postdoctoral Fellowship, and the AMDISA Doctoral Fellowship. He has served as the editor of the pioneering Sri Lankan Journal of Management and continues to contribute as an independent director on several corporate boards. But perhaps what most inspiring is how he chooses to define himself, not just by titles, but by transformation, from being, in his own words, as an engineer of electrical to an engineer of hearts and minds. So let us put our hands together for a visionary leader and inspiring mind. Senior Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri. To you.
Checking one. Testing one. Right, okay. I think I am audible. So thank you very much for the description, larger than life, I would say. And now please be comfortable. Yeah. Settle, yes. I don't want to address a disturbed audience. Settle down, relax. No, that's all right, relax, right? Okay. So now the challenge is to live up to that description, larger than life. I think the starting point is to come to down to earth and to face the ground reality. So let me come and then to interact with you. And I must make a confession at the very beginning. Even though my designation is a lecturer, senior lecturer, now a senior professor, I hate giving lectures. Because my definition of a lecture is someone stands behind a lectern and keeps on talking, and the rest all keep on sleeping. And I don't want that tragedy to happen in this very moment, because there's a temptation after lunch in particular, because there's a battle between head and the tummy. If the stomach pains, you know what happens, isn't it? Strange noises from Maligaon at the timber mills can be heard. So you have a challenge to have that awakening and to get the real awakening for life. So may I warmly welcome the President of the Bar Association and the person in charge of the Skills Development Committee and all the other officials and all of you for this 1 hour interactive experience. I would call it 1 hour interactive experience. So what is the challenge? The moment I mention the word interactive, it has to be a one-way communication, isn't it? Someone nodding their head. One-way communication. Then two-way. So what is the fundamental requirement? You have to respond. You have to interact with me. And sometimes you can ask questions and then clarify doubts, share your viewpoints, and then you will prove the point that you are still biologically awake and alert. Is that all right? Good. So the topic I thought would be pertinent is all about your future. And they say the future belongs to those who create. So we are all in the process of creating the future, isn't it? So what sort of future that you would aspire to have? Being the first year law college students, you need to aspire to be someone, to be somewhere, and to do something. And that someone, somewhere, something are of utmost importance, isn't it? That's what we are here for. So everything begins with what I call dreaming. And now the fastest growing brand is called BYD. Some call it Build Your Dream. Some calls it Beyond Your Dream. I don't know what is the right definition. Either Build Your Dream or Beyond Your Dream. So dreaming is something that I would like to begin with. But I know this is not the exactly perfect time to talk about dreaming. It might tempt some people to dream right now, but that's not the Dreaming I'm referring to, because I have got so many experiences. When I go to offices after lunch, I see people dreaming. And when they see me coming, they say, hey, so-and-so is coming, wake up, wake up. They just avoid it and they keep on dreaming, and they even sing a song. Mage sihine mata dakinna idar. Mage sihine ma mudanna langno. They keep on dreaming. I'm not referring to those dreams. Those are daydreams. I'm referring to dreams for the future. As Walt Disney, the favorite cartoonist, said, if you can dream it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can deliver it. Isn't it? Every product in the world, every service in the world was someone's dream some time ago. Agree? It is not Neil Armstrong who landed on moon. It was 100 years before. A person called Jules Verne wrote in a science fiction story that a man carrying rocket would land on moon. It was Jules Verne's dream that became a reality when Neil Armstrong landed on moon. So dreams becoming reality. It was Arthur C. Clarke, a veteran science fiction writer from US origin, who decided to make Sri Lanka his second home. And he became the respected veteran chancellor of University of Moratuwa. So when I got my degree certificate, from his feeble hands, he was wheelchair bound. Such a versatile, such a veteran authority. So he dreamt that Earth will be encircled by satellites. His dream became a reality when Russia launched Sputnik 1, first satellite. See, dreams becoming reality. But it does not happen automatically. We have to work towards that. So step 1 is to dream. Step 2 is to wake up. Isn't it? Have you heard about Dr. Abdul Kalam? Who is he? Former president of India. He came to Sri Lanka a couple of times. In one such visit, he came to our institute, Postgraduate Institute of Management, and it was a jointly organized talk with CIMA and PIM, and he gave a brilliant speech. I still remember. He said, dreams are not what you say when you are asleep. Dreams are what makes you to stay awake and to work. Isn't that amazing? Dreams are not what you say when you are asleep. Dreams are what makes you to stay awake and to work. So we need many, many such dreams, my dear sons and daughters, or if I am to call my dear brothers and sisters, depending on my age and particularly the color of my hair. So we need to dream for the future. We need to dream big. So they say, dare to dream, dare to work, and dare to achieve the dreams. So dreams should become deliverables. Otherwise, they become just daydreams. So you need to have that right dream in your mind. Who would I like to become? What sort of lawyer I should aspire to become? So it's not just dreaming like Alice in Wonderland. Have you heard about Alice in Wonderland? Alice was a beautiful girl, and not the person in that song, Kauduboli Alice, not that Alice. This Alice was different. So this Alice was a beautiful girl. She was seeing a dream. She was seeing a dream. In that dream, she was playing with some creatures in a nice lawn. And there were so many roads in front. So one creature was Cheshire Cat. The cat came from a branch of a tree and approached Alice and asked from Alice, Alice, where do you want to go? Alice says, I don't know. And the cat says, go in any road will lead you to the place called, I don't know. Is that happening in your lives, my dear friends? If you don't know where you are heading, you will end up nowhere, isn't it? You will end up nowhere. So that's why Stephen Covey, we write it as Covey, C-O-V-E-Y, but pronounced as Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I strongly recommend that book for every one of you. There's an e-book also available, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He mentions 7 useful, fruitful, versatile habits for everyone. Highly effective people. And that became repeated New York Times bestsellers for many, many years. In those 7 habits, habit number 2 is all about this. Begin with the end in mind. Have you begun your legal journey with the right end in mind? That's something extremely important in my view. Begin with the end in mind. Otherwise, what happened to Alice would happen to us, isn't it? So when the cat asks a question, Alice says, I don't know. And then we might also get stuck somewhere if we don't know where we are heading. We might end up nowhere. In Sinhala, we say this vividly. Danagana giyot, kataragama, no danagana giyot, ataramanga. In a seminar a few years ago, with a large gathering, I shared this story and I asked them, are you kataragama people or are you ataramaga people? They told me we are kataramaga people. Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Kataramaga people. So after the seminar, one person approached me and told me, Ayo sir, oka parana katawak ne. This is an old story. I asked why. He said, then tiyena alut katawak. There's a new story now. I asked him, tell me. He said, danagana giyot vattala, nodana giyot mattala. There's a new interpretation. Danagana giyot vattala, nodana giyot mattala. I will not ask you whether you are vattala people or mattala people, but you should know where you are heading. Begin with the end in mind. Have the right dream. So, in order to win your life, have the winning mindset. Starting point is dreaming. You need to have the right, the technical term in management is vision. You need to have that vision towards your future. Vision, dream. And that is very much connected to your purpose in life. Purpose. So why am I here on earth for? Why am I here in Sri Lanka for? Why am I here in law college for? Why am I here in this bar association auditorium for? That should be your purpose. Purpose becomes a powerful tool to guide you, to drive you towards excellence. We all need excellence, my dear friends, isn't it? Excellence is what? So what do you mean by the term excellence? Anyone? So what are the thoughts come to your mind when you hear the term excellence? I know there are virtual participants, it's being live streamed. So I know there are a lot of legal professionals who are listening, but my primary audience is the legal students, the aspiring lawyers, but it's relevant, I presume, to any lawyer in the audience, physical or virtual. So what is excellence? Anyone? Excellence is excellence, I know that. So what is excellence? So when I look at you, you look at the carpet. Some look at the ceiling. So I prefer a volunteer telling me what is excellence. Volunteers are not found on the carpet, neither on the ceiling. So what is excellence? Anyone? What is excellence? Excellence means what? Anyone? Performing well, very good, very good. Shall you give me a big hand? Any other answers? What is excellence? Excellence? Any other thoughts that go with that particular term? Excellence? Come on. Performing well. One more. No one. Doing something great. All right. Good. Shall I give me a big hand? One more. Final. Performing well, doing something great. Anything more? Excellence? Is it relevant to what you do? Is it relevant and applicable to what you do? Of course. Excellence is exceeding expectations, raising the bar higher and higher and higher. In Japanese, we call it kaizen, continuous improvement. So today should be better than yesterday. Tomorrow should be better than today. Continuous improvement, step by step. It's a journey more than a destination. So you should embark on that journey of excellence in being a legal luminary, in being a legal professional, in being a legal eagle, in flying high, soaring above the clouds, beating turbulences. That should be, if I were you, that would be my dream, isn't it? So eagles fly above the clouds, above the storm. So storm is irrelevant for them because they go beyond. So that's the excellence we need, exceeding expectations. Are you willing to excel in your lives? That's not an excellence response. Are you willing to excel in your lives? Still can't hear. Are you willing to excel in your lives? That's something better. Give a big hand to everyone. So it needs effort. It needs commitment. So first you need to have the dream, and then you need to dedicate yourself. I use 3 words: vision, passion, and action. So first you need to have the right vision, the dream, and then passion. So what is passion? What is passion? Putting heart into action. Sometimes I see in corporates in particular, people come to work and they park their vehicles and they put their heart also into the vehicle and they walk into the office without the heart. So no heart, no passion. They just do work and the entire office becomes like a dead cemetery. No, can't do, come tomorrow. See, all becomes so negative, lacking energy. In order to have energy into action, you need to have passion. Being passionate. I was looking at an equivalent singular term. In the Malla Sacred Dictionary, it says, Adhika Unandu. I was not impressed. And I was told by someone in sales that there are better terms. Gaya, Amma, Una. What happens from within? The drive within. The passion comes within. The fire within. In order to excel in life. Are you having that fire as budding lawyers? Emerging lawyers, future lawyers? If you don't have, then something missing. In the new generation, there are my children as well, that we see they are more towards pleasure, avoiding pressure. More towards pleasure, avoiding pressure. But my experience is that you can't have pleasure without pressure. You have to handle pressure in life, and through the pressure, you generate pleasure. You enjoy by working smart, striving to achieve something significant. And no worthwhile achievement is having a shortcut, easy path. It's all commitment that you need. So you need to have that passion into action by demonstrating your commitment. And we might go through tough times, turbulent times, difficult terrains, but tough times never last, but tough people do, isn't it? And when the going gets tough, tough gets going. So that's why you need to have that passion into action. Have the right purpose-driven approach. When you have a real purpose, your life matters, isn't it? Purpose-driven approach. So purpose is all about why you are doing what you are doing. So vision is what or where, and purpose is why. Why you need to have your dream. Why that dream is so compelling. Why you need to pursue that dream to make that dream a deliverable. Agree with me? Sounds good? Make sense? Sleepy? Someone nodding your head. Are you sufficiently confused or thoroughly confused? Sufficiently confused? Not yet. So far so good. Surviving? Still the battle is won by the head, not by the tummy. Then give another big round of applause to everyone. Big round of applause. So talking about purpose, the story comes to my mind. I'm sure you'd have heard about the veteran scientist Albert Einstein. So he was traveling in a train in Europe. He was enjoying the nice train ride. He was reading a book leisurely, sitting near a window. He was seeing the beautiful scenes while reading the book. And he was enjoying the trip. And then came a ticket checker, the ticketing inspector or the tikka, checking tickets of people. And he was moving around and he was getting closer to Albert Einstein. He saw him coming and he became a little excited. He started searching for his ticket, shirt pockets, trouser pocket. He opened the bag and he was searching for the ticket all over. And the ticket checker saw this and he came to him and started talking to him. Sir, we know who you are. We know you would have definitely taken a ticket. Don't worry, sir. Even if you can't find the ticket, that's all right. Please enjoy your trip. And we know you would have definitely taken a ticket. Thank you very much for your courtesy, sir. And he started checking the others' tickets and he was moving. And he was about to leave the compartment and he turned back. To his biggest surprise, Albert Einstein was still searching for the ticket, shirt pockets, trouser pockets, open his bag, and utter chaos. He was always panically, he was searching for the ticket. And the ticket checker was so sad and upset. I put that gentleman into trouble, and he felt a little guilty, isn't it? So he came back to him and started apologizing. Sir, I'm very sorry, sir. I know I have troubled you. You would have been disturbed because of my question. Don't worry, sir. Don't try to find the ticket, sir. We know definitely you would have taken the ticket. And don't worry, sir. Please enjoy your trip. And Albert Einstein was still searching, and he stopped searching and looked up and started talking. Young man, I know who I am, and that's why I'm searching for the ticket. Why? I don't know my destination. My destination is in the ticket. Where I'm going is in the ticket. So I don't know where I'm going. That's why I'm searching for the ticket. You got the point? Is this happening in your lives? You came to law college because your parents forced you. You came to law college because your father or your mother is a lawyer. You came to law college because someone said legal profession is good. Or do you have a clear purpose? Why you are doing what you are doing? That big why has to be there. The latest in leadership is find your why. W-H-Y. What is your why? The dream plus the passion is because of this why. Do you have a why? Start thinking about it. Otherwise, you might have to say, I don't know why. Memone A. So, don't avoid. So, to avoid that, I don't know why, Memone A, you need to have a good why in your life. Why in your journey? Why for your profession? Why a lawyer? Why a veteran lawyer? Why a reputed lawyer? Why an established lawyer? I, of course, have perhaps a disadvantage or an advantage of not being a lawyer. So I'm in front of future lawyers and current lawyers as well. So I'm from engineering background. I became a manager. So I was telling this story when whenever I'm invited by lawyers to address them. So there was this large river infested with sharks. It was closer to the sea, and the river was full of sharks. And then the people were given the warning, don't cross the river. It's very deadly. The sharks are very dangerous. And there were 3 school friends, a lawyer, doctor, and an engineer. So they were enjoying the sightseeing, and they were to swim across the river. First, the doctor started crossing the river, swimming across the river. And the sharks saw that, and they came and just grabbed the doctor, and the doctor suddenly disappeared. And then the engineer started swimming across the river. And when the engineer was swimming, the sharks saw that there's another good food, and they came and they finished the engineer. And you know the remaining part, isn't it? When the lawyer started swimming, sharks all got into 2 sides, and they gave a professional courtesy to the lawyer to swim, because a fellow being professional courtesy. So the lawyer had a very safe swim. So I'm not meaning much, but you can think what I mean. That's a perception in the society. Perhaps you can change that perception. I am not connecting sharks with lawyers, but it's the perception sometimes the society might have. So I being an engineer, I might be biased. My wife being a doctor, she might be biased, but then I have a lot of lawyer friends, and then we talk about it and we smile, because there's a societal responsibility entrusted on you, isn't it? So the Bar Association very meaningfully says the 3 things. What are the 3 things? Liberty, justice, and equality. You have to uphold liberty, justice, and equality. That's not easy. That's not easy. Others will force you, pressurize you, influence you to deviate, isn't it? But you need to stand on your ground with right values, proper values. Principles and values are utmost important in the future journey, isn't it? Now, sometimes what happens? People forget the values and they go for monetary value. They go for financial value, forgetting values. So that's why you need to have core values, C-O-R-E, core values upheld. In corporates, we talk about corporate values. In summary, core values. So once I went to an organization and asked from the leader, tell me your core values. He looked puzzled and asked from others, core values, core values, core values. Not core in singular, I'm referring to C-O-R-E, core values. You have to be a value-based person, value-based lawyer, value-based professional. Don't compromise values. As someone said long time ago, those who compromise principles for perks would finally lose both. Don't compromise principles for perks. I have seen this happening a lot in the Diyavanna terrain. Politicians cross from this party to that party by accepting a big sum of money, and they justify it by saying Janata Venu Udara Parityag. Udara Parityag, huge bundle of money, money, money. So don't get into that caliber, and you have to prove your mettle in practicing the values. It's not easy. It's not easy. I know sometimes it can be tempting. So I know one person who had the value of integrity, honesty, promoted by the organization. So he was handling a very sensitive customer care related job. And a customer came with unreasonable demand. So he could not fulfill that. But the customer was pleading, customer was insisting, customer was persuading. And finally the customer took a bag and kept it in front of him and opened the zip. The bag was full of bundles and bundles of 5,000 rupee notes. And now he looks at the back, and that's a temptation. Gando no gando kiyala hituni mata. He was thinking about the values, and he was thinking about the half-built house, and he was thinking about his dire financial needs, and also he was thinking about the need to practice values. And he said, as a matter of value, I will not touch money. As a matter of value. But if you really want, I can give my bank account number. If you really want, I can give my bank account number. Is that how you practice values? Is that how you uphold values? Is that how you demonstrate values? Yes or no? Can't hear. Is that how you demonstrate values? I think the tummy is getting the winning part, isn't it? Is that how you upload values? Yes or no? No. Say a clear-cut no. So you have to be value-driven. So I mentioned about vision, purpose, passion, and it has to be value-driven approach, isn't it? Value. And then vision, passion. The final one is action. Nothing is possible without proper action. They say excellence is not possible without execution. Execution matters. Execution means doing part. It's very easy to say things, but very difficult to do things. And when you talk about vision, in revered Buddhism, we say Samma Ditti, right seeing, would lead to Samma Vayama, right action. Samma Ditti, right seeing, Samma Vayama, right action. But unfortunately, we don't see Samma Ditti, we don't see Samma Vayama, we see only Vacha, Vacha and Vacha, talking, talking and talking. So we can easily get NATO membership. Why? No action, talk only. Don't become just a NATO member, no action, talk only. Be a doer, be a deliverer, be a driving force in achieving results. That's what we need. The dynamic lawyers should do that. So you have to be value-driven, principle-centered, and fulfilling the obligations assigned to you. Is that all right? In that journey, you need to have energy. You need to be energetic, isn't it? So to show energy, you need to be energetic. I think, shall you all stand up just to show our energy? Stand up. You need to have energy, another enthusiasm. You have to be enthusiastic, having fun. So do you enjoy right now? Having the energy? Feeling sleepy? Then give a big round of applause to everyone. Please take your seats. Good, thank you. So we need to have that enthusiasm, energy in action. And again, perhaps the starting point, that foundation could be being positive, being positive. I would recommend you to write in your notebook somewhere A+. A+. What is A+? Always positive. But I did not see that, and I did not tell that during COVID, because during COVID, being positive was something bad and deadly. Oh my God, he is positive. She is positive, isn't it? But in many other ordinary times, being positive is something, a good virtue, isn't it? So being positive. Why do I say so? We are having a cultural disadvantage. Why? We are living in a culture where things are so negative, isn't it? Things are so negative. Look at the media, they uphold things which are so negative. Take a simple example. You meet someone in the morning. So when you meet someone in the morning, what do? You greet. How do you greet? Good morning, how are you? So what is the answer you get? Not bad. අනේ මන් දන්නේ මේ law college එකට ඇවිල්ලා. See, you become so negative, you become so pessimistic. Like the way there was a television series called Dostara Hondahita, Dr. Hondahita. Cartoon series. There was a guy called Chow Chow, isn't it? Are you all like him? Oka hariyanne oka wenne mena oka nan karanna me oka nan malata wenne oka nan hariyanne mena. Like infested with negativity, isn't it? You infect others with negativity, isn't it? Are there Chow Chows around? Kanen pennada pula. So never be a Chow Chow, be a positive, cheerful, inspiring lawyer, isn't it? It doesn't mean that the world is a rosy path. Things can be negative around you, but inside you have to be positive. I'll tell you a small story. Have you heard about two stone cutters story? Heard before? No? All right. Once upon a time, there were two stone cutters. They were chipping stones right throughout the day. From dawn to dusk, they were chipping stones. From early morning to late evening, they were chipping stones. Is it an easy job or a difficult job? Easy job or a difficult job? Difficult job, because they have to work under heavy sunshine. Unlike you all in courts, they have to work, they were exposed to heavy, tough, adverse weather. And only time they got a break was to have their lunch. So they were chipping stones right throughout the day. So when they were having lunch, they opened their lunch packets and they were having a chat with one another. Who were there? Having a chat with one another. Who were the two people? Two stone cutters, all right? I just want to check whether you are following me. Two stone cutters. So one person was telling the second one, why are we suffering like this? My hands are full of wounds. I feel the pain and I'm really terrified and I hate this dull, damn, boring job. I'm thoroughly fed up. I do this because I don't have any other source of income. I hate this. I'm fed up with this. Who says? Who says? The stone cutter to whom? Second stone cutter. And the second stone cutter replies, why are you looking like that? Why are you saying that? Just look at the new town coming down there. All the new statues, all the new monuments, all the new decorations are done by the chips provided by us. I'm very proud to be part of that construction team. And future generations will call us what a marvelous construction team. I'm excited to be part of it. Who said? To whom? So did you get any additional incentive, additional bonus, at least a biryani? No. Same tough, dull, boring, difficult condition. But what is the difference? What is the difference? Mindset. Mindset was different. First one was so negative, second one was so positive. So it's a choice, my dear friends. It's a choice. Being positive is a choice. The world remains same. The way we look at the world will make a huge difference, isn't it? Say, look at your future. Look at your past. I have seen many people who face the A-levels. See, two people faced the A-levels. And both got 3 Fs, 3 fantas. So one was so upset. He was crying and cursing everyone. Aposa aparadi pottolta salli and so on. Waste of time, resources. And he was so frustrated. Second one started thinking positive. Now I know how they set papers. Now I know how I need to prepare next time. Now I know there's a thing called second shy. And I'm going to prepare in a better way. See, one was so negative, second one was so positive. And I'm sure some of you would have passed this time. Someone might be going through this. 2 teenagers had beautiful love affairs. So the 2 guys had beautiful girls. And they were they were moving on, they were carrying on. So both got a boot. Both girls went away with others. So the first one was so upset, so sad, over at the lower pa, and went in search of polydol. And the other one was so relieved, so happy, and now my whole world is open. And he went in search of another Barbie doll. So are you going behind polydol or are you going behind Barbie doll? That's a choice. That's a choice. Some are looking at me scared. Don't worry, I'm not referring to you. Don't think about your past bitter experiences. I'm referring to how to be positive, how to be cheerful. And some are smiling, that's good. And you know the only animal who can smile is human being. The chimpanzees can giggle, but they can't really smile. And how many facial muscles we need to smile? 16. How many facial muscles we need to frown? 72. So why are we wasting energy? I was referring to those pictures. At least there's one smiling person, one smiling lawyer, isn't it? That's interesting. Lawyers are usually don't smile, isn't it? And sometimes when I go to sessions, they don't smile and they show that we are very senior, no? And we are very serious, no? Pulvananginagas. See? Let's enjoy life. That's important. Let's stay positive, be positive, and go positive. That's what it is. A plus. Are you willing to do that? Ulam behala, deflated. Are you willing to do that? Are you really willing to do that? Are you really sure? Are you saying yes because I'm asking you? I thought you'd say yes to that as well. Give a big round of applause to everyone. Right, so we talked about vision, we talked about passion, and we talked about action with right purpose, right energy. In order to maintain energy, let me share with you a secret, a top secret. What is the top secret? When you start working as a lawyer, when you start connecting with corporates as a lawyer, when you start becoming a real legal, you need to have what I call, you need to be a corporate athlete. Corporate athlete. How many of you have done sports in your schools? Sports? Sports? No one has done any sports? What a strange bunch of people. No one has done any sports? No sports. I know you will not tell because I might ask questions. No one has done any sports? How many of you have done athletics? You have done athletics. So when you do athletics, you have to practice. You have to practice and practice and practice. They say practicing makes you perfect, isn't it? So there's a beautiful article in Harvard Business Review called Making of a Corporate Athlete. You need to be a corporate athlete in your corporates. The way an athlete professionally prepares for the competition to win, you need to prepare yourself to have that athleticism, that dynamism, that energy into action. And this article beautifully highlights 4 dimensions in life. So what are the 4 dimensions? Starting with physical. Your physical front. There's a healthy mind in a healthy body. Are you physically fit? Some people are fat, but still fit. Are you fit? In Sinhala we say, Suveha Saviya. Sometimes we are not fit, we are not healthy. In 18th century, someone has done this comparison. An average Sri Lankan walked 8 kilometers per day. Now in 21st century, an average Sri Lankan does not even walk 1 kilometer. Why? Things are all mechanical, remote, automated. So we don't have to walk. But that's a dangerous trend. So what is the trend? We work less but eat more. When you work less and eat more, what will happen? Prosperity starts coming. Prosperity, tires start coming. Prosperity comes all over, isn't it? And that's the sad part, isn't it? There was a wealthy business person who was prosperity like this. He was walking. And his wife was expecting their second child. They already had one little daughter. So they used to go and meet the gynecologist, the medical doctor, every month. And they used to take their little daughter and daughter. So the doctor used to ask from the daughter, do you want a little brother or a sister? Do you want a nangi at the malli? She was really smart. She said, Ammage malli tatage nangi, because both were looking like this. Both were looking like this. So be careful, you have to take care of your physical front. Having an overweight and a deflated tummy is not a sign of a veteran lawyer. Not a sign of a veteran. You have to take care of your physical front. Sometimes the high society people go for parties. And they talk about full option and semi-option. So what is semi-option? High blood pressure, cholesterol, varicose vein, arthritis, blood sugar. And then why not full option? The bypass has not yet done. So there was still semi-option. When you do the bypass, it becomes full option. So take care of your physical front. Don't compromise your health. Don't compromise your fitness. I went to a leading IT firm to do a session like this, and in their training center, there was a nice poster. I was so impressed. It said, you sacrifice your wealth You sacrifice your health to gain wealth. You sacrifice your health to gain wealth. And you use that wealth to regain. Isn't that the irony of our lives? Isn't that the irony? Think about it. You sacrifice your health to gain wealth. And you use that wealth to regain. That's the irony. So we need to be conscious. Don't compromise your physical health, physical fitness. That's the starting point of becoming a corporate athlete. Sounds good? Solid fitness. Second, on top of that, mental clarity. Physical fitness, mental sharpness. You've got to be sharp in your mind. You have to be a logical thinker. Lawyers argue logically, rationally, isn't it? You need to have that logical thinking. Thinking skills is something essential for a lawyer, isn't it? Analytical skills. How you analyze a case, how you dissect a case, how you come up with a series of arguments. Logical, analytical thinking. So you need to have that sharpness of your mind. And I was talking about two stone cutters, isn't it? There were two wood cutters. They went to a forest to cut timber. Try to visualize. They were carrying the axes. They went to the forest and they were cutting timber. So the first wood cutter kept on felling trees right throughout the day. Second wood cutter was a smarter fellow. He kept on felling trees for about an hour, stopped it, and had a bullock theatre and had a little rest and took a device from the bag and started sharpening the axe. And again, fell timber for about an hour, again sharpened the axe. Every hour he sharpened the axe. At the end of the day, who had more timber? Woodcutter 1 or woodcutter 2? Woodcutter? Why? What is the reason? His axe was sharper. We also have an axe to sharpen. Where is it? Upstairs. We need to make it up to date, upgraded, updated, isn't it? Up to date, upgraded, updated. So the best source I would propose is internet. Internet is full of facts and figures, isn't it? Internet. And the world has always been divided into two parts, isn't it? Before Christ, after Christ. Before Buddha, after Buddha. Latest division is the digital division. BG and AG. What is BG and AG? Before Google, after Google. So why fear when Google is there? You can just Google anything. In Oxford Dictionary, Googling is an accepted English verb. Googling. Accepted English verb. Google. So do Googling as much as possible. But there's a challenge. There's a temptation. Why? Internet is full of facts and figures. But we go to internet not to find facts, but to find figures. To find figures. Figures. So internet becomes gossip net. Internet becomes gossip net. Antarjala, janjala pelai. So you need to have the right discipline in order to have right important websites, not interesting websites. Sometimes when you do a YouTube search, you get important links and interesting links. You should know how to discipline yourself to avoid some interesting links to go for important links. That's a challenge, isn't it? That's a challenge. So that's where the Sanskrit word I really like is shikshana. Goes hand in hand with shikshava. Shikshava means education. Shikshana means discipline. In Japanese, they talk about shitsuke. Shikshana, discipline. Without discipline, you can't have devoted education. Discipline. I think lawyers have to be disciplined. No second thoughts about it, isn't it? You need to have that discipline. Any worthwhile achievement in the world needs discipline. Sorry to say, sometimes in the new generation, we don't see that discipline. And Dr. Malraj wanted me to come to leave my office at 12:45 to be here at 1:20 to start the session sharp at 1:30. I was rushing. And when I came here, it was only myself and Dr. Malraj. Discipline is absolutely important. Cases are getting delayed, the judgments are getting delayed, and they say the justice delayed cannot be justice denied, isn't it? Should not be justice denied, isn't it? You know better than me, isn't it? So the average citizen of Sri Lanka is longing for the justice. It's one of the three pillars, isn't it? One of the three virtues. So you need to ensure that you are disciplined. You are not influenced by any other forces. You are only influenced by values, your ethical code of practice, isn't it? You give a oath as a lawyer. That oath should be there right throughout your life, isn't it? Until you die, it should be in you, isn't it? Yeah. That professional code of conduct is absolute necessary. I can keep on talking and talking, but what is needed is you practicing. So we are talking about action, physical strength, mental sharpness. Then on top of that comes emotional maturity. Emotional maturity. Emotional intelligence is a hot topic these days, because there's a difference between rational intelligence and emotional intelligence. What we learn in school, reading, writing, arithmetics, they are all to do with rational intelligence. IQ measures that. But emotional intelligence goes beyond. It goes way, way beyond. Have you seen in life, some people successfully pass the examinations, but they miserably fail in life? Have you seen? Vibhage pass, Jeevite fail. Udayata depa, house it super. Because they don't know how to handle their emotion. They don't know how to manage their emotions. Sometimes there's a battle between home wheel and spare wheel. Sometimes several spare wheels. I hope you have not come to that level yet, isn't it? Several spare wheels. See this challenge. How to handle emotions. We are bundles of emotions, isn't it? So emotional maturity is absolute must. Without emotional maturity, you can't succeed. So when I say emotional intelligence, some people say it's invented in West. No, it had been there from the very origins of human beings. All great religious leaders were emotionally mature, isn't it? Be it Buddha, be it Jesus Christ, be it Prophet Muhammad, be it Hindu gurus, they were all emotionally mature, isn't it? Think about Buddha, for example. He was cross-leggedly meditating towards supreme enlightenment. And there were 3 wild women came and started dancing in front of him, isn't it? Tanha, Rati, Raga. And they came and started distracting him, luring him, and then to make sure that he's losing his focus. But did he do that? Did he do that? No, he was concentrating, focusing towards supreme enlightenment, isn't it? And this is shown in a Muppet show in Ambalangoda, Maha Maragana Ranguma. It is a crowd-pulling show, and people flock to see the Buddha achieving enlightenment, and the Upasakamas worshipping how good our Buddha is, and so on. And due to popular demand, they extended the show by extra day. Started on a Vesak day, continued for 10 days, an extra day. And the last day came. And the people who were hanging strings were very tired. They were talking to one another. Adra mara tired. Adra shotta daganadu vede patanganu. And the show began. And everyone was watching. Screen open. To everyone's surprise, something strange was going on. Why? A lady was cross-legged meditating, and Buddha was dancing with 2 other women. So one woman was cross-legged meditating, Buddha was dancing with 2 other women. So why? Nuul maru, wire maru. They mess up the strings. Because they lost their emotional stability. Because the other spirit started influencing. Isn't it? So they lost their stability. So that will happen if you don't have emotional maturity. You have to control. Be aware. Starting point is mindfulness. Awareness. Isn't it? It's a big topic, long topic. In a nutshell, what is mindfulness? Being aware of who you are. Satya. See here. Avadibhav. Awakening. The problem is we don't have mindfulness. We are mindful of a lot of other things. Mind is full, but not mindful, isn't it? Sometimes you might be eagerly looking at me and then showing that you are eagerly listening. But what's happening in your mind? Till what time this stupid fellow will go? I hope not. I earnestly hope not, isn't it? So you need to have that awareness. Always focus one thing at a time. Live in the present. Psychologists say it's called the future. We are not living in the present. Is that okay? No, that's not okay. Why? There's a nice English interpretation. Present is a present. Vartamane tagak. Present is a present, but we are not enjoying the present of the presence. That's a problem. So start living fully in the moment. Live fully in the moment. I'm getting angry right now. I'm getting hungry right now. Be aware of your emotional state. Isn't it? And there are positive emotions and negative emotions. Cultivate more positive emotions. So what is the best positive emotion you need to have all the time? Being, I already mentioned, being, the best positive emotion is what? Being positive. Being positive, A plus, always. Being positive. And what is the worst negative emotion, or what is the commonest negative emotion in workplaces? Any guess? Worst negative emotion in workplaces. Any guess? Give it a try. Worst negative emotion? Sorry? Being negative in what way? Being negative? But how do you demonstrate? Worst negative emotion? Getting angry and shout at people. We think we are doing something great. No. Every time you get angry, you damage your relationships and you damage your health and you develop hypertension. Hypertension, isn't it? So don't insult, don't damage your health, isn't it? And again, another common negative emotion, I saw in a 3-wheeler it was written, jealousy, a common Sri Lankan practice, isn't it? Jealousy. So why should you be jealous? Each and every one of you, my tip, I learned it in a hard way in my life. We are all unique in the universe. There's no other me in the whole universe. There's no other Dr. Malraj in the whole universe. So what's your good name? So there's no other Damita in the whole universe, isn't it? I can say this comfortably until scientists come with a human clone. They're still struggling with sheep. They couldn't even come with a clone of a sheep. For them to come with a human clone, it will take ages, isn't it? Till then, I can comfortably say I'm unique in the whole universe. So celebrate that uniqueness. You don't have to be like anyone. Of course, you can have a benchmark. You can have a role model. But you are who you are. Nothing. Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. We are all unique. So celebrate your uniqueness. Are you happy to do that? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to accept you as you are, who you are? Then give a big round of applause. But I'm telling you, if you do this diligently, the world will be a better place, a happier place. But only thing is that some cosmetic people will lose their business. Some cosmetic people will lose their business, but then world will be a happier place, isn't it? So celebrate your uniqueness. So we were talking about physical strength, mental sharpness, emotional maturity. To wind up, the pinnacle of the whole thing is spiritual soundness. That's where the values come. Value-based person. Practice values, spiritual. And it's like a peak performance pyramid. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Try to visualize a pyramid. Peak performance. So then you have PPP, peak performance pyramid. So what are the 4 aspects? Say out loud. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And this has a beautiful parallel to Eastern world. If you look at the Satipatthana Sutra in Buddhism, Kaya Anupassana, Chitta Anupassana, Vedana Anupassana, Dhamma Anupassana. Beautifully matching, isn't it? 4 aspects in life. And from east to west, if you go to the Middle East, it has a direct connection to the Christianity. Holy Bible, it says, the Gospel according to St. Luke, Jesus went with his parents to a town called Nazareth and grew physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Everything is well connected. It's a universal recipe for excellence. Physical strength, mental sharpness, emotional maturity, spiritual soundness. Develop all 4, then you become a versatile, veteran, value-based lawyer, and more than anything else, a wonderful human being. Isn't it? So let me sum up the whole story. You need to have the right vision, right passion, and right action. With a purposeful mind, right purpose, with the right energy, by focusing on physical, mental, emotional, and social fronts, and becoming a performer, not just a passenger. Are you willing to do that? Are you really willing to do that? Are you happy to do that? Keeping that positive mindset? Stand up, stand up, stand up. And close your eyes. Closing the eyes is opposite to opening and frowning at me. Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Relax your body. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, retain, and breathe out. Breathe in, retain, and breathe out. Relax your muscles. Relax your mind. The air that comes into your body through your nostrils. Air that moves away from your body through your nostrils. You inhale happiness, peace, joy. You exhale tension, anger, anxiety. Feel the presence of that stillness within you. Feel the presence of that inner peace within you. In that relaxed mind, let me invite you to have a dream. 5 years down the line, come 2030, see the smiling you in the legal cloak with a black colored tie or a white sari. You have become an accomplished lawyer, thoroughbred professional, sought after person, and more than anything else, a wonderful human being, value-based person, being positive, being cheerful, working towards a vision with a purpose, having a purpose in mind. See that dream vividly. If you can dream it, you can deliver it as we learned today. Make a firm fist in your right hand, firm fist, and apply pressure. That's a sign of your determination. Sign of your determination. If it is to be, it's up to me. I'm in charge of my life. I'm the chief executive officer of my life. That's what Nelson Mandela said in the prison. I'm in charge of my life. I need to live it meaningfully. And whisper to yourself, I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I will. Now slowly raise the voice, I can, I will, I can, I will. Even louder, I can, I will, I can. Even loudest, I can, I will. Even louder, I can, I will, I can, I will. Now open your eyes and look at one another. They say birds of a feather flock together. There's no competition, only collaboration, isn't it? Cooperation, connecting with one another, committing to common good of the country, isn't it? So look at them and say, we can, we will. We can, we will. Come on, out loud. We can, we will. We can, we will. It's a journey. All what I have to say at this juncture is to wish you good luck, bon voyage, happy journey. May that journey be a truly engaging, enriching, excelling one. I have small request. Let's continue this dialogue, this discussion, this discourse. I have an invitation for you to join with me through LinkedIn. How many of you are into LinkedIn? Of course, I am in Facebook. Facebook is full of, around very soon. You can be the lucky 15,000th connection. So let me invite you to be my lucky 15,000th connection. Few more to go. And you can do that if you do it tonight. So can you do that? Right. Then to celebrate the 1 hour of happiness, before I entertaining your questions and answers, shall we put our hands together in the way the Halfsdorf has never seen in the history. The area surrounding the BASL Association has never heard in the history. A thundering round of applause to show enthusiasm, eagerness towards excellence. A big round of applause to everyone. Louder. Even louder. All right. That's all the news I have for you today. Adar Pravrutti Mebornai. All the very best to you. And Any questions anyone is having? Any clarifications? Any gray areas? Anything more to clarify, verify? At least one for the road? Yes, there's a question. Can you be audible to the rest, or is there a... I think they are bringing a handheld mic. For the time being, you can stand up and tell the question. I'll repeat for the benefit of for the virtual audience. Yes. First, tell your name. Sarah Fawaz. From which part of Sri Lanka? From Rajagiri, all right. So which school did you study? All right, good. So what's your question? I think it's coming, yeah.
So you mentioned about the importance of being positive.
Yes.
So the question I have is, how can you be positive when people are negative? Like in a negative environment, how can, and difficult people, when we have to deal with difficult people, how do we be positive?
It's a very good question. I think she deserves a good hand for that. My answer is, you need to have positive self-talk. Every day begins with a positive self-talk. Now that's what I had been doing for the past 20 years. No matter what the outside chaos, inside you are positive. Inside you breed positivity. Starting point is, when you wake up in the morning, start having a positive self-talk. It's a very powerful technique which I had been practicing every day. So you need to have a talk with yourself. How do you have a talk with yourself? Find a closed place and go in front of a mirror and start talking to you. I do that every morning. I talk to me. Good morning, Ajantha. I love you. I trust you. I have faith in you. I have confidence in you. You're going to have a great day today. You're going to meet a great bunch of people at Bar Association today. So you assure yourself that no matter what the negative surroundings you're going to face, I'm going to be positive. And if you are a religious person, invoke some blessings. Get some blessings from your spiritual side as well. So inside, keep that positivity. No matter how many others try to make you negative, the media might make you negative, the news might make you negative, but inside you are covering, build that shield of positivity. Cover yourself with a globe of positivity. So then others, now if you have a globe, if you have a shield, negative forces can't enter you, isn't it? You are covered with being positive. So it's a technique you need to develop. You have to develop your mindset. So don't allow negative people to influence you. And if possible, associate more with positive people and avoid negative people, particularly in the morning. And then they might spoil your entire day, isn't it? But if you have to work with them, then inside always whisper to yourself, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to be positive. No matter what they say, I will not be affected by that. Clear? Good.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Any other questions? Take the microphone.
So, there is a famous quote that's saying, do we keep the motivation like every day? Because there are some days we are...
Ups and downs.
Yeah, ups and downs. Because different reasons. How we keep the motivation like every day?
That's the answer I have. Positive self-talk. Always start the day with the positive self-talk. And whenever you have a down, go in front of a mirror and start reassuring yourself. But provided no one is around you, otherwise they might think, me I got pissu. This person is stupid. So find a close enclosure, like say like a washroom where you can talk to a mirror, where you can see yourself, you are talking to yourself. Eye-to-eye contact. This is psychologically tested and proven tool. So when you are down, do it more. Otherwise, usually like a early morning ritual is good enough. But during the day, if you find a difficulty, go again and reinforce that. It's like a kind of like a energize, booster. So when you are down, get the booster more. When you're up, you don't have to do that very often. Okay? That's my suggestion. And it happens, it's natural. And they say people are like piano wires. That tune up doesn't stay forever, isn't it? So you have to tune it up again. So like a violin, you have to tune it up. Like a guitar, you have to tune it up. So every morning, tune yourself. to be a more motivated person. Have I answered you?
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Any other clarifications? Yes, please.
The positivity presents to the mind, but when we do action, we have an issue with the time. So there are people here, we are working we are also working and we are studying also. So how do we can manage our time with positivity, with other works? We need your advice.
Very good question. Very good question. With positivity comes another P. What is that? Any guess? When you have limited time, you are struggling, you are working, you are studying, you have to balance your time if you are married, your relationships, your commitments. So we are multiply committed people, isn't it? No one area, we are having many other areas. We are all family people, even if you are not married, your parents, your siblings, your brothers, sisters. So how do you tackle? One P, one big P is what? Sorry? Productivity happens, but even before this, before productivity, another P. Anyone? Sorry? Perseverance, pursuing happens after this. What is this? First you have to identify your priorities. Very good. Priority, give me a big hand. Priorities. Priorities should come from the purpose. From the purpose, what are my priorities today? So I'm sure you would have had a choice after the port visit to go home or to come here. It's a choice. You could have skipped this and watch a movie. A choice. You would have skipped, you can skip law college lectures and go and have fun time with your so and so. It's a choice. See? Prioritizing. Always priorities. Give time when the quality time is needed. Say, some people say, I don't have time. I disagree. We have plenty of time. Problem is we are not prioritizing. It's not time management, it's mind management. Say, for example, tell me your, sorry, we'll ask for someone else. Tell me your name. Sorry? Janani. Let's say there's a parcel with the name Janani kept in Central Post Office in Peta. And someone calls Janani and say, there's a 10,000 US dollars check awaiting Janani. And Janani has to come and collect it. So do you say, sorry, I don't have time, I'm so busy, so let it be there? Do you say that? You stop everything and go and collect it. After all, $10,000. Why? It's important. If something is important, we find time anyway, isn't it? The problem is we are not prioritizing. There's plenty of time in the world. We are not prioritizing. That's a challenge. We should know our priorities. Those who have messed up their lives and those who have really made merry in their lives, the big difference is prioritizing. I mean, all of us have 24 hours, isn't it? There's not a single second extra for anyone. Same time. It's how you prioritize. Perhaps final question? Due to interest of time, final question. One for the road. How about the back benches? Anything? Anyone in the back? One final question, one for the road. Looks like either whole thing was a question, no? No question, everything was clear. All right, let me thank once again the Bar Association, particularly my friend Dr. Malraj, whom I served in the Chartered Management Institute together. And today I had a long chat with Mr. Rajiv Amarsurya. I used to meet him in other circles. And today in the very formal scenario. And I thoroughly enjoyed being with you. And it is a pleasure. And I think all of you all deserve a good round of applause. Another good round of applause.
Thank you very much, sir, for that truly inspiring and thought-provoking address. Your session today, not only informative, but incredibly engaging through relatable examples and real-life scenarios. Thank you, sir. As a gesture of our sincere gratitude, We would like to present a token of appreciation to our distinguished guest speaker, Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri. May I kindly invite Dr. Malraj B. Kiriella, Chairperson of the Law Student Skill Development Committee, to make the presentation. Thank you so much, sir. To formally conclude today's proceedings, I now invite the President of the Law Students Union of Sri Lanka, Mr. Binara Anthony, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Senior Professor Mr. Ajantha Dharmasiri, Dr. Malraj Kiriella, Chairperson of Law Students Skills Development Committee of Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Secretary Law Students Union of Sri Lanka, the members of the Law Students Union, dear students. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Professor Ajantha Dharmasiri for that amazing speech, the motivational session. Your words have truly motivated the law students to think differently, act boldly, and believe more deeply in their own potential. So your words on vision, passion, and action will remain in the hearts of the students, and that will be most valuable for them in their upcoming journey at this profession. Then I would like to express the heartfelt gratitude to the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, the President Rajiv Amarasuriya, Attorney at Law, the Secretary Mr. Chatura Galhena, Attorney at Law, and also Dr. Malraj Kiriella, the Chairperson of Law Student Skills Development Committee of the Bar Association, for guiding us from the start and helping us to organize this session for the 150th batch of Sri Lanka Law College. And then I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to the Colombo Law Society for their continuous efforts in supporting this session, supporting the young legal minds. Their encouragement and assistance in making this court visit a reality reflect their dedication to the future of the legal field. We are truly grateful for their involvement. And also a special thank must go to the Principal, Mr. Prasanthaladia, Vice President Council, Principal of Sri Lanka Law College, and the Deputy Principal, Mr. Shahansi Ferreira, for guiding us and for the encouragement in organizing this session. And finally, to our own union members, Tanuri Veerawardana and Vinetma Dalapala and Ganguli Vijayawardana, who worked tirelessly to organize this court visit, along with the other union members. We thank you. Your attention to detail, teamwork, and dedication have made this experience smooth and successful for all of us. And finally, to all our fellow students in the 150th batch, thank you for participating with enthusiasm. As Professor mentioned in his speech, the perception about lawyers may be sometimes referred to as sharks, maybe sometimes referred to as liars most often. It is As law students, it is our duty to show that we are beyond that perception, and that is why you should visit the courts, because courts where justice gets done, it's not just the court proceedings, but the people who come to courts expecting justice, having faith in the system. You should know, you should understand, because those will be the people that you represent in the future. So I hope all of you got that experience to change, maybe to develop the perception about law students and lawyers among the community. With that, I will conclude my speech. Let us carry this experience forward with a renewed commitment to our legal journey. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. With that, we conclude today's program. On behalf of all of us, I once again thank our distinguished guest and everyone who was a part of this meaningful event. We now invite all attendees to join us for refreshments. Thank you. Have a pleasant evening ahead. Please remain for a photograph. Yeah, please come front so we can